Buckle up, everyone, because 2021 is going to be a wild year in Greater Vancouver real estate. Hey, everyone, I'm Realtor Josh Kepke with McDonald Realty and Vancouver Real Estate today. Let's look back at the month that was December 2020 and put it into context of 2020 as a whole, and also take a quick look at what's to come in 2021. So, starting off, the sales numbers the volume was 54% higher than it was in December 2019 for deals that happened. That's a lot. And in fact, we surpassed records that were set in 2015, which was a very strong market. So this is the point where the narrative of pent-up demand really shifts into we're in a hot bull market. That's for starters. Months of inventory is way down. We're at 2.6 months of supply. That's the lowest reading since June 2017. And really a lot of that supply constraint is in the single family market. And we're seeing the prices go up in that segment a lot and quickly. So that we'll see more of that with a persistent shortage of listings in the single family housing market. If we think of sales volume in 2020 as a whole, it was like 20% higher than it was in the year previous, I believe. So busier despite the pandemic with those low interest rates. And as we go into 2021, the sentiment among my colleagues and myself is that it's going to be a good year. Things are busy. There's a lot of active buyers out there. We're into the second week of January, and I've already had two buyer deals come together. Like that's really fast for before July or January 14th, at least in my business. So something to be noted anecdotally. Now, if we look at the condo market, the prices have really been flat across the board in Greater Vancouver. Downtown's been a little down for sure, but we will see people come back to downtown as the vaccinations roll out. We'll see as the house prices get really high, people will have no other alternative but to start looking more at townhomes and condos. And I believe with vaccinations, people will start to prioritize location over space. They'll still want to be close to work. They'll still want to be close to the action in places like here in Yaletown. So watch for that in 2021, probably more towards the second half, but it's going to be a busy year for condos. I think that window to get a good deal downtown will be closing in the near future here. So the MLS benchmark prices, let's talk about that. It ended 10% higher for homes in Greater Vancouver than it was last year, and that's a lagging indicator. So I think we'll see that benchmark price hit up 15% in quarter one of this year. Let's go back to talking about condos. I know I'm jumping around a little bit here today. There's been a lot of new listings for condos for sure, but there's been a lot of sales too. So we haven't actually even entered into a buyer's market. It's been a balanced market for condos. The hottest product bar none has been townhomes. I've been saying that for weeks and maybe months at this point. The only thing that could really put a damper, I think, on this market this year is politics, right? The Bank of Canada has said we're going to keep the rates low, and they really have no choice. And if you're a politician, you got to think, okay, well, how do I keep this economy going on the backs of household wealth, the real estate, because that's how Canadians have built their wealth, largely in real estate, while also trying to create some kind of affordability. Now, I don't really know how you would do anything if you're a politician. It seems we've done every kind of tax we could think of, from the vacancy tax to the speculation tax to the school tax, which is not even about schools, to the increase in the foreign buyers tax. The federal government is really getting their plans underway to have a national foreign home buyers tax. It's going to be an interesting year, people. So still a persistent shortage of listings in the detached sector. If you look out to the Fraser Valley, that market is on fire, and you see headlines about it. This is I don't even know what to tell you in this video, because it's just like, I never want to be one of those real estate agents that just tell you, oh, the market's great all the time. But that seems to be the case right now, is that it's looking a lot like it did in 2015. And if you remember 2015, 2016 came after 2015. That was the peak for detached houses. And 2 years later in 2018, that was the peak for condos. So they say history repeats itself. So let's buckle up. It's going to be a wild 2021. Give me a call to talk about your specific situation, your specific goals, and whether that involves listing a home for sale or buying a home or buying an investment. We're seeing the investors start to come back to the market. At this point, they were largely absent for most of the pandemic, but with the sentiment just starting to be this positive, we're seeing that happen. In fact, the 2 deals I've done in January are investor deals. So those are my thoughts for today, and today being January 15th, 2021. And again, you can reach me, Josh Kepke, at 604-313-9805. Follow me on Instagram at Josh Kepke. That's where I put out my full disclosure pro tip series, giving you tips on what to do in various situations as a buyer or seller. And send me a DM if you have any questions, and also comments, questions, put those below. I'll answer them there. Anyway, Happy New Year. Take care, and I'm wishing you all the best for 2021, and stay safe and healthy. Bye for now.